Hey everybody, it's Caleb here. Welcome to the video. Please consider liking, subscribing, all that kind of good stuff. Okay, so today I want to cover like basically two different parts of the same story, if you will, side A, side B. But it all started with something that happened 22 years ago today. Now, today as I shoot this video, it's the 20th of October 2025. So this goes back to 20th October 2003. To set the setting, I'm in Quincy, Florida, and which is just outside Tallahassee. If you're not familiar with the area, it's Northwest Florida in the Panhandle. And I had for the last year been trying to join the Army, go active duty, because I wanted to be a Cav Scout soldier. But a previous decision I made 9 years before, when I was 17, I quit high school and got a GED. It's a long, stupid story. But that event, quitting high school, really greatly started to negatively impact my life. And I didn't have any prospects whatsoever. My baseball career had ended a few years before, and I'd finally worked myself as a baseball player to being a if you want to say, a potential prospect for professional baseball. And then I got hurt, and that was the end of that story. So, and in that time period, 9/11 happens. When I was 24, my father had passed away right before 9/11. So I'm kind of in this real, consequential, like I got to do something with my life. I'm, being stupid, drinking and driving, some other dumb stuff. Only by the grace of God, I didn't kill someone or get in a wreck or get caught or whatever. But literally, I was I was doing everything I could to throw my life away. But I kept scoring for the ASVAB. I kept scoring just under the 50. I was in the 40s, and I had one more time I could take it. And so I'm in the process of studying for the third time for the ASVAB. And my recruiter, Staff Sergeant Burrell, he was in the office right in the Tallahassee Mall, if you're familiar with the Tallahassee Mall, especially during that time period. And so he calls me up and he's like, hey, I got this opportunity for you, but you've got to take it today. You can't wait. And this was like right at lunchtime when he gives me a call. Well, I had one more delivery left, and then I was going to go back to the store and eat lunch. So the opportunity was for the local reserve battalion. They had 4 slots, 2 MP slots and 2 human resources slots. And one of the MP slots had already been tentatively spoken for by another applicant from another office. So now I'm basically down to three spots. So I said, okay, well, I want the other MP spot, because again, my dream was to be a Cav Scout soldier. And so I wanted more of that action, that kind of stuff. And I'm an alpha guy, right? So anyhow, so I go back to the I finish the delivery, go back to the drugstore, talk to the boss, which he understood my situation. He had known me my whole life. And my mom also worked there, so I told her. And they both were like, look, you got to go, right? We can't just have you just sit here and listless the rest of your life working at the drugstore. So I went ahead and ate lunch and got on the road, drove over to Tallahassee, went right to his office, and filled out the paperwork to basically get me on a shuttle the next day to go to shuttle bus to go over to MEPS in Jacksonville. So that's what happened. Signed the paperwork, went back home, got a bag together, and then went back to the mall. And the next morning, got on the shuttle. I think we made a stop in Lake City, I think, to pick some people up. But other than that, went right to the Ramada Inn Ramada Inn in Jacksonville off of, was it San Jose Boulevard, I think it is? So if you're watching this and you were part of that whole process, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That Ramada Inn. And then, of course, the next day was the 30th of October, and 2003, and so we go to MEPS. If you've been to MEPS, you know what I'm talking about. It's an all-day affair. It's a very arduous, deal. Sometimes you get everything done. I was fortunate to get every single thing done that I needed to get done that first day, and then and in that process, medical stuff checked out. I was really kind of worried about the shoulder, but it didn't cause any issues. And so get with the liaison, and they give us this paperwork for MP, and kind of find out I wasn't qualified to be an MP. Real stupid situation. It's not worth going into, but it was just kind of a technicality kind of a thing with one of the things that I'd answered on the questionnaire. But I was still able to, join as one of those HR spots. So I was like, well, HR it is, right? And so went ahead and signed the paperwork, and we wait for, I guess, 30 minutes, 45 minutes at this point. Go into the little swearing in room, raise the right hand, give the oath. And that technically on the 30th of October, 2003, was my basic entry date into the United States Army. So, and then of course that started a 10-year career, 2 in the reserves, and then 8 years active duty. I've been out for 12 years now, and it doesn't seem like 12 years. It really doesn't. Of course, it doesn't seem 22 years ago that my recruiter called me. And so anyhow, so I want to do another video where I really chronicle every part of my career. And I need to get some videos done with my workout process to get back in. But yeah, all of it started 22 years ago today. And we all have these moments in life where something happens, or we actually do something, unprovoked, if you will, that really greatly changes the trajectory of our lives. And for me, when I was 17, was real stupid, quit high school, and then 8 years later, I knew I had to make a change, and then of course it was about a year later whenever I got the phone call. We can't wait, though. Here's the thing, right? We can't wait on someone to call us. We can't. If we know we need to change, and I'm preaching to the choir right here, right now, to a 48-year-old man sitting here talking to you, that no matter what we've done previous in our life, when that chapter of our life is closed, we have to do something else. And if I really want to get back into the Army, which I do, I have to get my butt in gear before I completely fall apart before I turn 50. And it's hard. It is hard. Mentally, emotionally, psychologically, all that kind of good stuff, The physical part really is not the hard part. It's just not. It's just doing it. That's the thing. So I guess I'm making this video pledging myself, to do it myself, not to have a phone call, kind of a deal. But anyway, just wanted to kind of share this little bit with you guys because it's significant. It's 22 years ago today, and tell me in the comments your story. What was it like to was your situation joining the military? Was it similar to what mine was, or whatever? Just tell me in the comments, your story. But anyhow, I will see you guys in the next video, and I hope everyone's doing well. All right.